Bonjour, Hillsborough. How y'all are? Good to see y'all again. Guess what time it is? It's 5:30. It's 5:30 here. It's 5:30 there. It's 5:30 everywhere. And so if you're getting ready to get something to eat, guess what? We got news for you. Radius is closed today, so they don't have any specials. But get ready, because tomorrow they're coming back, and they're coming back with a vengeance. But in the meantime, our buddies over at Antonia's have garlic lime shrimp, which is jumbo shrimp marinated and grilled, served on a bed of spaghetti, tossed in garlic lime sauce with crushed red pepper and oregano. The full meal serves four and consists of mixed green salad, bread with infused oil, garlic lime shrimp, and your choice of either lemon cake or whipped strawberry ganache frosting, or take and bake apple brown Betty, all for $59.
It's exactly how he would do it when he was a waiter.
Yes, and I made all the money. I made all the money. That's why I'm here now with you guys. It's Tuesday, if you're keeping track, which normally would be our open mic night, but we're not playing by those rules anymore because it's a pandemic. So guess what? We're going to make you a little old-fashioned. And last week, I know she made you a regular old-fashioned. Tonight, it's my turn. We're going to make you a gussied up old-fashioned, which is kept on our menu. It's got my name on it, the Reverend Eric's Gussied Up Old Fashioned. And since our guest today, Miss Marcela Slade, drinks a lot of bourbon, we figured we should make a bourbon drink. First, start with the good stuff. Elijah Craig, you see she's getting a little low. That's because quarantine. Next, you want to get this Hoodoo Chicory Liqueur. This is some serious stuff. You're down here in Orange County. Guess what? Thanks to me, I special ordered it. So they have several of it down there. So it's 2 ounces of the Elijah Craig, 1 ounce of the Hoodoo Liqueur. Take a little bit of Demerara simple syrup. Just a little bit. Bourbon sweet, man. Bourbon sweet as it is. And then some maraschino cherry liqueur. Just a splash. And stir that shit like you Stanley Tucci.
No, he shook it.
He shook the shit out of it.
He shook it. He fucked up.
We don't think we should judge whether you stir or shake. There's other things that we're supposed to come at you for.
He's pouring that into a glass with a stem on it because he's serving it straight up.
You shouldn't judge whether people shake or stem, shake or stir. Instead, what you should be doing is judging people on whether or not they wear a mask in the food line. Crouton, hush it. There you go. Put your little orange off in there, and then guess what? This is serious. This is serious. Ooh, boy, I guarantee.
Guarantee.
So if everybody's got their drink ready, let's go talk with Marcela Slade. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the artist, Marcela Slade.
Hi.
Hey, woman.
Hey.
It's awesome to see you. Yeah.
Likewise.
Where are you going? You had a beautiful outdoor spot, and now you're inside.
Yeah, I'm going inside because the mosquitoes are getting me, and I'm seeing that the battery is going low.
Oh, okay. Don't be that person. Plug in.
I'm plugging in right now.
Plug in. And that's awesome because now we can see the artwork on the wall behind you.
Woo!
Yay.
Which isn't mine. That stuff back there isn't mine. It's Ron Liberty and Harrison Hayes and my son. Well, actually, the one is mine. That one right there. And the other one that just walked by. But that guitar up there, Maxie did. That guy.
So how are things in your apartment with 3 men?
Oh my God. It's been difficult, I tell you. I mean, people keep on saying artists should be producing a lot of work right now, and take advantage of this time and stuff. But because I live in this little townhouse, it's really hard because this is my studio, and so I don't really like to work with people around, especially when they're saying "mom, mom, mom."
Constantly.
Yeah. So that's been really difficult. I haven't really produced. I'm working on this one big piece that I just recently posted last night. But little things like some drawings and stuff, but not like I usually do. It's been very hard. School, indoor, husband always home. Yeah,
Yeah. Is he able to do any work, Christian?
He was slow at the beginning, but there are 2 projects in Raleigh that are happening and they're still rolling. So that's awesome. Yeah.
Very awesome. Very awesome. I do actually have the one drawing that you did when you were here for me, so people can get a look at how amazing your artwork
Oh,
is.
that's so nice.
I know. I love it. I love it. I happened to be sitting next to you when you made it, so you
Yeah, that
felt
was nice.
obligated to gift it to me, and I'm thrilled.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
I do. I love it, and I love the one that's hanging at home in my office as well. So yeah,
Good.
everybody knows you're my favorite. I mean,
Good. Woo! Did you guys hear that?
she's my favorite. Embarrassingly so sometimes. I might overlove you sometimes.
It's okay. It's okay. I like
It's
that.
okay. Yay. So what are you doing since you're unable to dedicate all this time to creating more art? What are you doing? What are you doing with your spare time if you have spare time?
So I do work for Abundance, North Carolina, a nonprofit. We're located. The office is in Pittsburgh, at the Chatham, the beverage Chatham. What is it called? The Chatham Beverage District and plant. It's a mile or so away from downtown, from the courthouse. And so I work there, and we are not just based. I mean, we're based in Pittsburgh, but we work for all of North Carolina. And right now, we came up with the help of Chatham. What is it? Record, the newspaper, Chatham Town Record, or something. I'm really bad.
Good.
Yeah, sure.
That sounds good.
Sure.
Anyway, Bill Horner there, the boss, came up with the idea of a neighbor to neighbor, kind of connecting people that have resources and time with people that are in need. And so I'm spending a lot of time hooking those people up. And because a lot of them are Spanish speaking, we've aced it because I can speak Spanish.
Nice. So you are a hot commodity right now for sure.
Yeah.
So what do you find are the most things that our people are needing, and are those needs being met by other people?
Well, we've done a lot of, we didn't want to do utility payments, but that's what people mostly need. And I think because a lot of people are on food stamps, they can get food, but they can't pay their bills. And so we came up with a little utility fund, and I think we're going to have to go back to that, or just have it on the application that you can pay someone's bill, because they can also just go, like, without having to do any transaction between us, they can just go and pay somebody's bill, and it's over. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is delivering groceries for people. There are a lot of people sick with COVID, and they're at home, and their kids are starting to get sick, and they can't go out because they don't want to get other people sick, and they need food. And so there are like 70 people that have signed up to help, and I have 15 people that I've already connected that needed help.
Nice.
It was hard to get to the needed help because I don't want to say this, but our connections aren't like people in need. They're like the people that come to our Death Fair and Pepperfest and, pay tickets to go in. And so I had to reach out to El Vínculo Hispano. That's a Hispanic association or organization in Siler City. And with the Centro Hispano here in Carborough, and they kind of hooked me up with the people that were in need. So yeah, I've been busy doing that today. I was just on the phone all day and trying to get people. At one point, I just wanted to sit there and cry, because it was like this one man had lost his sister last night at 1 a.m., 2 hours away from here, and he's with COVID. And I'm just like, I just want to be an artist. But I can't be, because I need to eat too. And with art right now, like as a curator, that's not happening right now. I mean, I can't curate things at Town Hall or Century Center here in Carborough, and at Smelt, everything's stopped. And so, I'm glad I do have that second job that feeds me.
What do you think the future for that is? Like, where does that fit in on the 3 phases from the governor? When do you think art galleries become someplace people visit again?
I have no idea how that's going to look. I think a lot is going to go online. It already was kind of going online. Like, it wasn't like I had these huge, very seldomly I had really big art openings. So I think that it's kind of just going to go that way anyway. You know, you don't have to pay rent. You just, you know, post things online. The transaction's easier to make than to have, you know, get a credit card. So people just pay online, Venmo or PayPal or whatever it is that they, you know, even a transfer, bank transfer. So I think that it's going that way. Unfortunately, I mean, I love the face-to-face. I'm really having a hard time running into people on the street and not being able to recognize them or hug them, or, you know, like I act so stupid. I just sit there like, hi, and I'm like, or truly, like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you don't want to act like, you know, they're going to infect you or anything, but you also don't want to put anybody in that position to where, who knows? Nobody knows. There's not enough testing. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
No. But yeah, so I'll give you, I can show you, do you want me to show you like a little bit of this painting that I have here that I was working on? Let's see if I can flip this. Did I do that? No.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
Ooh, nice.
So it's a big painting. So it's got the like COVID there.
Wow.
That's supposed to be like the COVID sort of thing, but it comes from the flowers. And then there's the bat. And then there's, you know, this like sword thing, or maybe it's an injection or something, and like contact, or, you know, being together and then not being able to be together. And then like these kind of lovers here. And that's kind of weird too. And then the whole way it spread, really, you know, how it just went around to, yeah. And that's a drawing I did when I was 8 years old. It was my first prize winning drawing.
Awesome.
And yeah, there's some other, then these are some that I started working on at first at the beginning of the COVID thing, and then I kind of dropped off. And then there's, you know, tons of other stuff that I'm working on, but these are the main ones that I'm kind of trying to work on. And yeah, I stopped. I mean, I can't do it with the kids here. It's really hard. And then at night I'm exhausted, or I can't sleep, or I just can't concentrate. So I don't force myself to.
Yeah, I know that's been a lot of the issue. Mostly, you know, I'm mostly working like the writer circles because I write books. So like that's been a number one issue. A lot of people have mentioned there is not only lack of being able to find free time, but it's so hard to not be distracted right now. You know, like even though we have, you know, it's the dream life, you know, to be able to have all this time to do all this work, but it's, I don't know, you got to constantly be checking the news, looking at updating the feed on the stock market or whatever. There's just so many things that just seem to be competing for attention that makes it difficult for everyone.
Well, and the 80,000 deaths, you know, we don't mourn them. We don't seem to be giving a shit about it, but it hurt. Like somehow it affects us. Like this is grief. Like what we're feeling isn't. It's, you know what I mean? Like it's like we have this instinct inside us that we don't know what it is, how to deal with it, but it's completely natural and normal. And I love that we have it because it makes sense to be kind of sad, you know, like it's not like, yay, I'm just going to go and produce all the art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right
no.
away, you just can't. It's really depressing in a way, you know?
And at the same time, everything you want to do and everything that you're miserable at not being able to do would just result in even more deaths. So it's like.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then playtime, like you need playtime to be able to be creative, like going to your bar is awesome, you know,
yeah.
Listening to Catherine or sitting there and drawing in the pub. And it's very different. Like I've seen Benson very few, like he was one of the last people I saw before we weren't allowed to see anybody else. And we were already being bad about being out. So yeah, it was, it's difficult. It's been weird. I hope it goes back to normal and soon and without, you know, causing more deaths.
For real. So are you guys, are you forming any new habits that you think you might carry over into the non-quarantine life?
Oh
Or you
yeah,
just
I have a little garden. Right now,
nice.
I don't want to show it to you because it has plastic on the plants because last night it was so cold and it's still kind of cold and I want them to be like warm, so I have a little plastic around them. But I didn't have a garden here, and I'm sure Lana, who's been here, is probably like, where the hell did you put the garden? I like took over this little space, and I don't know if it's my neighbor's space too or what, but I was like, nobody's using this. I need to see. I need to get out of the house. So I went and got some dirt and put it down, and I have 4 tomatoes, 2 lipstick peppers, and some sunflowers. And
Nice.
yeah, and that's something I haven't done here ever because I haven't, and it's good. And then the other thing I think I'm gonna start doing is keeping up with this buying a lot of food at once.
That's him. That's him.
Because I think it's stupid to be like, oh, I need butter. I'm gonna run to the store, and not always was it actually running. It was getting into my car and driving there. And I live 2 minutes away from Weaver Street, so it's stupid, and I don't want to do that ever again. So if I do grab, butter for something quickly, I'm gonna get on my bike and get the butter, not the car.
That's where we've been. We go every Wednesday, so I'm really excited because tomorrow's my grocery day. It's become an event now. Before, I could sometimes go to the grocery store 3 times in one day. Easily.
Literally.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
If you forget it, you just go back and you get it. Like, just go get it because we could. Just go get it. It was no big deal.
Yeah. But have you guys seen all those videos or posts of like the animals in the world and like, just skylines that you can actually see Los Angeles from different parts of the city that you never were able to see before?
Yeah, because of all of the lesser impact that humans are having on the world.
Yeah, but we're going to take that shit back, dude. We're just loaning it to them right now. Yeah. We're getting it back.
In Milan, they did something amazing. They took over like 80,000 miles. I don't remember how much. Don't count. Don't take me on those numbers. But it was they took over lanes of cars to put bike lanes because they're also realizing that like public transportation, it's not gonna work. Like London, they're trying to get people to go back to work and telling them not to jump on the tube, and it's like, how am I going to get to work?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you can drive your car, but then also you carpool because you don't want to just be one person in the car. And then you can't carpool because you're with the person. So it's getting complicated. And I bought my son a bike, my older one, Leonardo, the 17-year-old. I bought him a bike. I bought him bikes in the past, but this is his bike now. And it was amazing to see all the bike shops are empty.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like apparently nobody had a bike, and they went and bought their kids bikes and themselves bikes, and everybody has a bike now. So that's cool, and hopefully that continues.
It's because they bought all the toilet paper. They got to spend their money on something. Let's go get all the bikes.
Oh my God, the toilet paper situation is just like insane. Who would have ever thought? Craziness.
What else? What are you drinking, Marcela?
Whiskey, Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. All right.
Yeah,
that's why we made that drink in honor of you, because we know you're a whiskey drinker like us.
Yeah, I know, and you guys always feed me good stuff. I'm like always on the low grade side. You guys are like, what? You gotta drink some single malt or something. I'm like,
we take care of you, girl.
You are Marcela Slade. You're drinking the fancy stuff.
So sweet.
In my house, you drink the good stuff.
Are you drinking more or less since the lockdown?
I think I'm drinking. I think pretty much the same. I don't know. If you'd ask my husband, he might say I'm drinking more. But I don't think so. I think it's pretty much the same. And I went to the first time I went to the ABC store, I was in shock how many people were in there. And then I was like, you guys, is this like the best moment of your life? And they're like, we've never sold this much in our lives.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no wonder they didn't close
Pennsylvania, where they deemed them unnecessary and shut them down.
Well, I understand that because there's also a lot of abuse going on, people that are angry, drink, and then they abuse, either hitting or other things. And that's really sad. And, but Yeah, I mean, if they could just think that way about not all drugs, but some other less harmful drugs like cannabis would be nice, you know?
So we've been doing our share of drinking as well as our share of art, and we've kind of married the two. As you can tell right here, this is our bird bath that we did. It's our quarantine project, and all of those bottles ringing around there are ones that we've drank since the lockdown. We're kind of proud.
Oh, that's awesome. My sister has a similar thing. She has it around her mailbox.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
In the front yard, her sister's got stones.
No, not in our neighborhood. That would be scandalous.
Mm-hmm.
Scandalous.
Very
You got
nice.
anything coming up?
Anything coming up? Well, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do like a drive-in sort of thing at Smelt. But I have to figure out the logistics because it's a little complicated. But it was Christian's idea and my husband's, and with this social distancing, it's a great idea, to go with your car and hang out, watch a movie, and get some drinks or food to your car. It works out, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off or not. So
How big is the space? What do you need? How can we help?
Well, I have a parking lot. It's not going to be inside Smelt. It's outside in the back parking lot of Smelt. But I need to be able to put the projector on something and have it. The sound is the hardest. You Bluetooth
the sound. You have everyone tune into a Bluetooth somehow.
Exactly. So that's what we were thinking, but I have to figure it all out. Or it could be through a radio station or.
Oh yeah.
So there are ways, but I just need to figure it out before I threw it out there, and then I was like, oh, I had to reel it back in, and now I have to figure it out again, and I'm on that. I also have a parent-child, where kids do artwork with their parents, or parents are artists and kids are artists, and hopefully I have that show coming up soon. It was supposed to be in April opening, and I had to not do it. It was here in Carborough, but I don't know where it's going to happen because I think they're going to be closed for a while.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Too bad. So is everybody?
How about you guys? When are you opening?
Yeah, we're opening when it makes sense, and not before then.
So smart. I like that you guys are smart.
We're going to follow the data.
Yes. Follow the data. When the data says it makes sense, we will do it. But yeah.
Totally. That makes
sense. I mean, we're definitely ready to. We're beyond ready to. We were hitting our stride,
Oh,
we were definitely on the upswing and doing all kinds of great things. But we're trying to take this downtime and work on our cocktail recipes, and
we drink one every night.
Every night, whether we want to or not.
Yeah, we've been doing a couple of improvement projects in here. If we turn this camera around, you see just how everything is.
Cool.
But yeah, we're getting ready for the big party to come. Whether phase 2 where we're only allowed to have 20 people in at a time or not, or who knows if some crazy mad scientist actually cures this thing and we can just go around touching everybody all over again. Remember the good days? You can just touch everybody.
You can lick them if you want to.
You just walk up to a complete stranger and touch them. It's fine.
Like Pence and Trump.
Within reason. But, yep. I'm actually going to go put some sanitizer on.
I'm safe.
What is silly goose? Oh
I know. He's a silly goose.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, well, I look forward to those days.
I know. Me too. Like I said, we're working on it. We're working on some things. Hopefully, we could be ready to open the door. We probably need a couple of days if they give us a thumbs up today. But I don't, like I said, until there's a cure or a, detection, some way to detect it and make it safe for everybody to go out. I don't want to be ground zero for anybody's ill health,
And I want at least 2 weeks notice before we open up again because I got to work out because quarantine 25.
He thinks 2 weeks is all it will take.
I'm a man. I got man's metabolism.
Yeah, okay.
No, doesn't work
Whatever
that
that means. I saw that I saw your next door neighbors already have like a new awning or pergola.
Oh, that was up. They were ready to open the week of the shutdown, and I think they have a sign out now saying that they're about to start takeout.
Wow.
So,
yeah, and the inn is also asking for artists to have art in their inn, which is
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, they just
We're gonna
did a
have
call-out.
the manager of the inn on when?
At least Tyler will be on Friday, so
Awesome.
we'll get to find all those things out about when they're opening and what their plans are. If they know anything, they may be in the same boat as us, but
Wow.
they
Yeah.
seem like a pretty well-oiled machine, so they should know something.
Yeah. So right before all this shutdown, I had just gotten my hair did, but a young lady named Rebecca De Jesus over here at Haven Salon found her, loved her, and she was doing a photo shoot at the Colonial Inn for an upcoming wedding in June, which is why they've been balls to the wall on getting everything open, because they were planning on opening for the June wedding, because Elise booked a
Wow.
wedding.
That's awesome.
So they're like, all right, we got to be open by that time. So now it's like, what are they going to do? You know?
What are they gonna do? Yeah, I saw a wedding with people wearing masks. That was pretty wild.
I mean, yeah, you know, if it's your day, I don't know.
I wouldn't cancel it after that long. To cancel it? No, I'd rather like get married like.
You got to do that thing where the cars drive by and honk.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Where did you guys get married?
Here in my mom's yard in Chapel.
Oh, sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah, it was very sweet. It was spring, so it was March 30th, and she had fixed it up and it had flowers everywhere, and my brother had set up like 20 hammocks out, and it was really, really beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what's for dinner tonight?
Bread and butter.
Nice.
You got bread? Oh, wow. The bread.
So that's very German. The bread and butter is like a very German thing, and my husband is half German, so we do a lot of that at night, and it's good for the tummy.
Nice.
You know,
We have bread.
Yeah.
Every meal growing up, bread and butter. It was on every.
But it's not just
every
bread
table.
and butter. It's like, cold cuts and maybe some tomatoes and red peppers or cheese, and so it's not just that, but we do usually that's our night meal.
Okay.
Nice.
It's funny because my older kid who's 17 and 6'1" now and super thin but hungry as he's like, you guys save a lot of money eating like this, don't you? And I'm like, wait, Leonardo, do you need to eat something else? He's like, no, that's fine, Mama. I'm like, oh my God. So every night I'm like, do you need to eat more? I'll make you anything. I'll make you tortellini. I'll make you meat. Rice, chicken, anything. He's like, no, Mom, it's okay. I just thought about it. I'm like, oh my God. He's probably going to have like feasts at night because his mama fed him, bread and butter at night. But I didn't eat like that. It was my husband who brought that on me.
I blame him for everything.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, we can let you get to the bread and butter, but we really appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us. We missed the hell out of you. We can't wait till we're back open and we can put your stuff back up on the walls and we can party some more. But
Yes.
In the meantime, we really appreciate you hanging out with us.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And we'll talk to you very soon.
Okay, cool.
Okay. It was awesome to see you. Love you. Miss you.
Guys, bye. Miss you too. Ciao.
Bye.
Well, thank you to Marcela. And we thank you guys for hanging out with us. We do miss the shit out of you. And we hope that you will come and hang out with us tomorrow. We have Jeremy Curry, who is the manager of the Restore that's been about to open down the street for quite a while now. We'll get to ask him all kinds of questions about what's happening with the Restore. And then on Thursday, we'll have Meg Poe. It's going to be a big treat. She's a yoga instructor here in town. And then on Friday, like we said.
No. You said it wrong.
What?
She's the hot yoga instructor here in town.
She doesn't teach hot yoga. It's like yin yang or something.
Doesn't matter. She's the hot yoga instructor. Trust me.
Oh, the hot yoga instructor.
Yoga
Oh, I'm sorry. I think Lana.
So wear your yoga pants on Thursday because she's going to teach us all a thing or two.
And we have Elise Tyler from Colonial Inn on Friday. So this week is just jam-packed with lots of fun. We'll be drinking our way through it. Hopefully you will too.
Ciao.
Au revoir. How you turn it on?
Every day, same way.